Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again here on the Vobes Show. We hope to be back on the Richard Vobes Show fairly soon. Just working out the days now, as it'll be early next week, I think, when we should be back able to communicate with the main audience. But I do appreciate everybody who's come over this side. This, of course, is not monetized, this particular channel, so I do thank you very much, of course, for all the donations in order to keep these shows going. Really appreciate it. And so today I just want to talk about a couple of events that are going on that you may be interested in coming along to. So the first one is an event that is at Needham Market in Suffolk at the Limes Hotel on Monday, the 22nd of this month. Mark Byford is going to be there. Good old Mark Byford, the bowler-hatted farmer. So it's well worth coming to hear what he's got to say about farming and food security and what we ought to be doing. I'll be there, of course, chatting on a similar vein. In fact, we'll probably be doing it as a two-hander to talk. Maybe we'll do it as he does a bit and then I do a bit and then we both do a bit and we'll answer questions. What should we be doing? What is the forecast for the future? The Labour government, are they going to be useful and helpful to us? Are they going to escalate to the agendas that we know that are coming down the line? And if so, what can we do to protect ourselves in terms of food preparedness? So that's at Needham Market in Suffolk. So if you're anywhere near there on the 22nd, I believe it is, of July, then do come along. I can't remember what the ticket prices are, but I'm sure it's quite reasonable. And I dare say you can find information at the Limes Hotel in the High Street at Needham Market itself, and they'll put you in touch with how you go about doing that. The other one is something's happening on Saturday the 20th in Hampshire. I have a flyer here for this. This is Love, Light and Laughter. On the 20th of July, tickets this £15. This is a One Mind Can production. Now, I don't know who the other speaker is. I know I'm the bald one. The one with hair that you can see on the left-hand side on there is a chap called Dear Danny. And I don't really know anything about him and what he talks about, so I can't advise on that. But it is, again, another two-hander, summer celebration at Dunford House. And I'll leave the information in the description for both of these if you fancy coming along. Now, I had a wonderful conversation with a gentleman called Barry, who's very concerned about his cats, because now this is not sort of new news or anything like that, but with a Labour government that are going to be perhaps picking up a number of these measures that the previous government perhaps introduced and hadn't really put forward, one wonders exactly whether these things are going to be escalated now with new enthusiasm and verve and all of that these governments, when they get in, are going to do. And so are our cats at the mercy of being chipped? Because it seems if you don't have a chip, you're going to be fined. I don't know what it is. It's 500 or 5,000. Whatever it is, if you don't chip your cat, you can't take them to a vet unless you can find a vet that will do this behind the scenes and look after your animal. And you know, but Barry was worried that this was a data collecting exercise, that they were collecting data about you and more information, and with all the animals. We've seen it with chickens. If you've got chickens, each and every chicken has to be registered. I mean, the most ridiculous thing. Now they're doing it with the animals. And Barry mentioned to me, he said, well, remember the beginning of the other pandemic that we had? And of course, we know that there may well be more of these. We've been told there's likelihood in the 21st century. Here we are, the most sophisticated that we've ever been, the most cleverest that we've ever been, that we seem to be having pandemics every 10 seconds these days because, I don't know what, we don't wash our hands or we don't use a hanky or some other, we breathe whatever it is, whatever ridiculous reason. In the past, apparently, we never did that, and we only had them once every 100 years, that sort of thing. But now, what with international travel and everybody staying at home and being on the internet, it seems that pandemics are likely to pop up every 2 seconds. And so, at the beginning of the last pandemic, Barry reminded me that one of the MPs, and I forget which one it was, who's now, I believe, in the Labour government, I can't possibly verify this at the moment, said all animals, domestic animals, may well have to be euthanized. Now, I don't know if that's true, but you can imagine, can you not, that if your animal is deemed to be a threat to you, your pet gerbil, your cat, your dog, your little pet rabbit, whatever it is going to be a threat, and so therefore needs to be euthanized. And you wonder, is this really a true situation, or is it just a way of keeping our vibrations low and keeping us in a state of fear, which does seem to be the modus operandi of governments around the world at the moment. Although we've had some good news that more places are beginning to outlaw the seeding of the skies, the chemtrails that are going on, the geoengineering above their places. More places are beginning to actually realise that's a thing, and they're saying we don't want it, we don't want these poisons coming down. Is there a pushback happening? Is there a turnaround? I hope there bloody well is. It's about blooming time. After all, we've seen in this country a number of farmers complaining about the grass going orange, that they're not managing to grow sufficient, that the weather is being manipulated by nefarious means in order to create a great famine. And is this another attack on us individually, the people of this land? I mentioned yesterday, you may remember, that it's interesting that all the MPs have taken allegiance to the Crown Corporation, and not the people. And I also reminded people, of course, that the acts and statutes that they have, they are really only for the UK employees, those people who have hieroglyphics as names, the capitalisation of their name, that men and women are not them. And we'll go back into all of this. We'll go back into who we really are and what we're meant to be here for. Is it not true, do you not think, that we are supposed to be actually on this planet, this life, this iteration of life that we are living now, to thrive, to enjoy ourselves, not to worry, not to struggle? And is it not the case that all this stuff that's said, oh, it's for your benefit, all of this stuff is for your benefit, all of this acquiescing your responsibility for everything. No, we'll do that for you. We'll do everything for you. You just sit, do nothing, sit in front of a screen whilst we rewild the country and put 5G towers up, which may not actually have the benefit that you may think it is. And all the time, we'll give you a digital ID, and we'll give you CBDCs and all of these sort of things, and we'll all have one power source, one unique power source, this electricity, which you'll pay through the nose, by the way. Oh, and incidentally, we'll get you to buy an EV car, an electric vehicle, but at the same time, we'll say, oh, you don't have to pay any tax for it for a while, but now we'll go and charge you extra tax because we need the revenue and we need to keep you low. All these things, are they really there just to keep our vibrations low? Are they really there to make us worry and keep us in a state of fear? Oh, we might go to war with another country any minute. Well, who actually wants to go to war in the first place? Who? Men and women of this land. I cannot imagine they sit there twiddling their thumbs going, do you know what, I'm so bored with life, it's just not exciting enough. Let's have a war. Let's go to war and kill people just for the fun of it. Who actually would really want that? Only, it seems, is the politicians and the bankers. The people who are likely to make the money out of it want us to do these things. And at the end, if there is a war and they say, well, we declare war, hang on a minute, have you asked the people if we want to declare war? And maybe in order to get the people roused up, maybe they have to create an event, a false event, an event that makes it look like a terrible event in which some people have actually died, to make it look like it was the other side attacking us. So maybe, some explosion, some bomb, some terrible atrocity will happen. These are called false flags, of course. These aren't real events, but they're dressed up as real events. I mean, I believe that bird flu is another such thing that's going to be put on the cards. And we'll have this bird flu, and we'll make out that it's really bad, and that in order to survive, you better take some special medicine that will make you better and protect you from this bird flu. All of these things, it seems to me, I mean, we're a bit long in the tooth now, aren't we? I mean, I've only been chatting about this for 19 months, but it seems the playbook is the same as ever before. It's the same old tired things they do. We'll have a false flag over here. Some people will be killed. And then the public are supposed to go, oh my God, that is awful. Yes, we must go to war. Or they'll say, oh, no, birds are flying around. They've got some sort of terrible disease. And, oh, dear, I don't want to die in a horrible, agonizing death. So I better have this injection and suck up whatever poisons they want to shove in me. Or with the animals and the cats and various things, you better have those all clipped so that you know exactly what's going on, how much I feed the cat, when I can go to the veterinary and have that all sorted out. Is this not all a load of nonsense? Are people not seeing through all of this? Maybe they are, or maybe people are still dumbed down. Who knows? Well, anyway, I wanted to alert you to these two events, and I have done that. I'm sorry I haven't got a flyer for the Needham Market. That's on the 22nd of July at the Limes Hotel in Needham Market in Suffolk. Be lovely to see you. Come and meet like-minded people. Listen to Mark Byford, the bowler-hatted farmer, and see what he's up to. And the other event, as I say, here it is one more time, love, light and laughter with dear Danny and Richard Vobes on Saturday the 20th of July 2024. Tickets £15 from 5 p.m, that is. And there's an email there you can respond to if you want to come, onemindcan@protonmail.com. So there we go, that's it. I'll leave the details in the description. Thank you so much for watching today, and we'll be back very soon.